everyone, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to another video. Today I have some freebies over on my blog for you. This is a stitching card front freebie set. They are SVG cut files that you can download. I will be giving away 9 in total, 3 each week, 3 starting this week, 3 next week, and the week after. I'll break those down for you a little bit later on in this video, but let me first start off by telling you a little bit more about them. So these are in a PNG format, so that makes it really easy to bring it into whatever program you may use. Really makes it easy for you to use whatever machine you may have to cut these out with. They're also designed to be A2 in size. I like an A2 size card and I want it to fit the full card front. You can scale these up, you can scale them down, you can mess with the ratio. Just know that that is going to mess with the hole size, the stitching hole size. So I size mine to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I cut them. They take a little bit longer to cut. Once I have cut them, I take them out of my machine and I like to peel the mat away from the cardstock itself. That makes sure that my cardstock has the least amount of curl to it as possible, and a lot of those little holes are left on the sticky mat. Some of them are bound to end up in the card front. That's okay. I like to use a craft pick to poke mine out. You can also use an embroidery needle. You can also use a lint roller. A lint roller is another great thing to have on hand to clean up all the little holes once you get them punched out. And to get them off my mat, I like to use a scraping tool. Make it nice and quick and easy just to scrape them all off in one go. I will leave a link to the craft pick that I like to use down below in the description box. When I cut mine out, I also like to cut them onto heavyweight cardstock so it can hold up to the stitching a little bit better. And it also allows for me to do more than one stitch in each hole if I want to. Once you have the card fronts cut out, you can start stitching. There are a few basic supplies you'll need. Those are scissors, tape, an embroidery needle, which has a larger eye because I like to use embroidery floss. It's cheap and it comes in a ton of different colors, even some ombre or some glitters. It's a lot of fun to play around with. So let's break down the weeks. Week 1, I will be giving away the outline, the 1/4 inch spacing, and the full stitching card front. The full stitching card front is exactly what it sounds like. It is a card front full of stitching holes. This is a great blank canvas for you to stitch up different designs, use different techniques, different stitches, different colors. You can even add more than one stitch. The next one is the 1/4 inch spacing. This is almost identical to the full stitching. However, each hole is spaced 1/4 of an inch apart. This gives you some great symmetry, so you can really make some nice symmetrical designs and play around with the different designs, knowing that each one is 1/4 inch apart. It also makes some great little squares. Now the next is the outline, which again, very simple, but this is going to be great for your sentiment die cuts and add a border around little scenes, anything like that. It's very quick to stitch up and it makes for a great last minute card. Now moving on to week 2. This will be the square, hexagon, and offset stitching card fronts. The first is going to be the offset. This is very similar to the full and the 1/4 inch spacing. The only difference here is that the little stitching holes are offset from the line before it or above it, those kinds of things. So this is going to make some really neat chevron designs, triangles, diamonds, those kinds of things. It's going to be a lot of fun to play around with and create different designs using those offset spaced holes. Now next up is the hexagon. Again, pretty self-explanatory. It has a hexagon in the top of the card. So this is going to be very quick to stitch up. You can also make some really neat designs with this one. Use it as a background for some die cut things. And the same goes for this square stitching card front. It has a square just on the top, which makes for a really quick stitch up if you need a quick card to go. Makes a great background. You can add a sentiment or a stamp sentiment on bottom, and again, very quick and easy to stitch up for a last minute card. So week 3 are the rainbow, leafy branch, and diamond stitching card front sets. Now these are not the most versatile, however they are a lot of fun to play around with, and you can still get quite a few different designs and looks from each one. The first is the rainbow. I did it very simply with a rainbow set of colors, but you can add different patterns. You can switch up the colors. There are a number of different things you can do with this front to make it your own. And then next is the leafy branch card front. Now this one is not as versatile. You can switch up the colors, you can add some patterns in between, but the beauty of this one is going to be the versatility in the occasions you can send this one with. And finally is the diamond pattern. This is a beautiful one and a lot of fun to play around with. I stitched up the diamonds and also added a starburst in between each diamond. So again, a lot of different things you can do. You can play around with the different stitches in these, the colors, just a lot of fun. These will be available for free over on my blog. That link will be down in the description box below. Come back each week so you can download the next 3 in the set. That is going to do it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Happy crafting, everyone.